Hello everyone, today we are going to start your Beehives chapter 9, The Bond of Love, written by Kenneth Henderson. Summary of this chapter. In the story, The Bond of Love, the writer shows that there can be a bond of love and friendship between a man and an animal. It's a story of deep bond of love between his family and a pet sloth bear, which was named Bruno by his wife. The author got a baby bear by accident. It was presented to his wife. She named it Bruno and looked after it like her own child. Bruno started eating everything. He developed a taste of partridge, vegetables, fruits, nuts, meat, rice, and eggs. Bruno was like a naughty child. One day, an accident befell him. The author had kept barium carbonate to kill rats in his library. Bruno ate some of the poison. He was immediately rushed to the doctor. He recovered soon he recovered. Now, Bruno had grown in size. He needed open and more space to live. At times, he was playful and mischievous. He was very fond of Arthur's wife. She loved him too. Now she changed his name from Bruno to Baba because of the tenant's children. He had to be chained most of the time. Arthur and his friends advised her to send Baba to the Mysore Zoo as he was growing in the size. Initially, she declined their suggestion, but finally she consented. Bruno was sent to the zoo in Mysore. Everyone in the family missed him. Arthur's wife wept and was inconsolable. That means she was missing Bruno. She did not eat anything for few days. Even Baba was unconsolable in Mysore. He refused to eat anything, just as Arthur's wife, and looked thin and sad. The author's wife sent many letters to the zoo authorities and inquired about the Baba. When she came to know that Baba was not eating anything and was sad, she immediately declared that she would go to Mysore. She wanted to bring Bruno back. Everybody suggested that Bruno would not recognize her. But they were wrong. Actually, when she reached there, Bruno recognized her at once and hauled with happiness. She did not want to separate from Bruno. She requested the superintendent to send Baba back with her. He consented and Baba was brought back. At home, some special arrangements were made. A 20 feet long and 15 feet wide island was made for him. A wooden box was kept for his comfortable sleep. He was delighted. The author's wife used to spend hours sitting with him. Now they were happy. And now I'm going to start your next chapter, that is Movements chapter 7. Mind it, this chapter is Movements chapter 7, the last leaf. Summary of this chapter is, the last leaf is written by O. Henry. Summary of this chapter is, the story. The last leaf is a story of supreme sacrifice of an old artist. Artist's name was Behrman. The old artist Behrman paints a masterpiece to keep someone's hope and willpower alive. He dies in this good cause. His sacrifice fulfilled his ambition of creating a masterpiece too. John C. and Sue were two young artists. John C. and Sue were two young artists and shared a small room on the third floor of an old house. John C. fell ill in November. She had pneumonia. Sue sent for a doctor. The doctor declared that John C. had lost the will to live. No medicine could help her. John C. fancied that she would die soon. She linked her life to a falling leaf of an ivy creeper. She began to think that she would die with the fall of last leaf of an ivy creeper. Her condition went from bad to worse each day. Sue was much worried and wanted to help her. She tried her best to revive Johnson's interest in life, but she often failed. Sue told this problem to their common friend Behrman, who was an old artist. Behrman was not as successful artist as he wished to. He always desired to make a masterpiece. When he learnt about the fanciful idea of Johnsy, he decided something and went out in the rain. He painted a true painting of last green ivy leaf. It did not fall in the rainstorm. It looked so real that it made Johnsy believe that neither it nor her life would end. She improved and regained faith in her life. Sue told Johnsy all about Behrman, who sacrificed his life for saving her life. Behrman died of pneumonia just because he was whole night outside in the rainstorm for making the masterpiece for Johnsy. He made a supreme sacrifice for the sake of Johnsy. This was the summary of chapter 7, The Last Leaf. Question answers of both these chapters will be given to you later on. Thank you.